Hi, I'm John with Franke Coffee Systems. Today we're going to learn how to program the Flair espresso machine. To enter programming mode on the machine, first open the control panel, then press and hold the prog button for approximately 3 seconds. To navigate through the programming trees, use the minus and the plus button to navigate upwards and downwards through the trees. To enter a menu, press the prog button. To exit, press the exit button. There are 7 programming menus available. 1. Definition of product. With this menu, you adjust and fine-tune each of the Flair's pre-programmed products, such as the milk and foam volumes on cappuccinos, or the brewing temperature and ground coffee amount on your double espresso. Clock. With this menu, you can change the time and date displayed on the machine, as well as program the Flair to turn on and off automatically at pre-programmed times. Accounting. This feature is not used on Flairs imported into North America. Settings. With this menu, you can change the language that is displayed, as well as set the water hardness of the water you're using in the machine. The machine will then prompt you when to replace your water filter and softener based on how much water the Flair is used. Counters. This menu is used to look at how many drinks the Flair has produced, both collectively and individually. Counter Reset. This menu is used to clear the product totals. And finally, PIN code. This menu option allows you to program a PIN code that must be input before the machine becomes operational. This option is used if unauthorized personnel have access to the machine. Let's look at each of the programming menus in more depth. The first one, Definition of Product. Definition of product is the menu you enter to adjust the drink parameters for each of the drinks. Let's start by looking at the latte. To enter this menu, press the prog button. The display then prompts you to select which button you want to program. We'll select the latte button by pressing number 1. The display then indicates Latte Macchiato. This tells us that we're programming the latte button. To scroll through this menu, I'll press the negative or the positive buttons to scroll through. The first sub-menu we come to says Fill Level. This indicates how many milliliters of water will flow through the brewing unit to brew the espresso. Here it indicates 70 milliliters. If I want to decrease or increase this amount, I would enter this menu by pressing prog. You'll notice that the number 70 is flashing. I'll then decrease with negative or increase with positive until I get to the desired amount. Press prog to save that change. The next menu is foam quantity. This indicates how much foamed milk would be dispensed for this product. The current time now is 20 seconds. To change this time, I enter this menu by pressing the prog button. You notice that the number 20 is flashing. I can then decrease or increase this number with the negative and positive buttons. Once I reach the desired amount, press the prog button to save that change. Next, we have milk quantity. This is the amount of steamed milk that will be dispensed for this drink. Like foam milk, to change this parameter, we enter it by pressing the prog button. We then decrease or increase the amount based on what our desired milk quantity amount is. Once we get to that desired amount, press prog to save that change. Next, we have coffee quantity. This is the amount of fresh ground coffee that will be ground into the brew chamber for this drink. To lower the coffee amount, press the prog button. You can then lower the amount or raise the amount by following the diamond as it goes towards the plus or the minus button. When it gets to the desired amount, press the prog button to save the change. Next we have Choose Grinder. With this menu, I choose which grinder is set as the default for that product. Currently, the latte is programmed for the right grinder as the default grinder. If I want to change which grinder is default, I will make that change by pressing the prog button and then selecting plus or minus to scroll through for left grinder, both grinders for a half calf shot, or we'll stick with the right grinder. Save this change by pressing the prog button. Next we have pre-inject. Pre-inject or pre-infusion is the pre-moistening of the coffee grounds in the brew chamber before the brewing cycle starts. This is typically used when you're using very little amount of coffee, such as a single shot. Currently the latte has the pre-inject turned off. If I want to enable pre-infusion, press the prog button. I can have a short pre-infusion time, a long pre-infusion time, or I can turn it off. Save the change by pressing the prog button. Next we have temperature. This is the temperature of the water that will flow through the brewing unit when brewing espresso and coffee. To enter, press prog. I have standard temperature, high temperature, which is used when you're using a very light roasted coffee. Low temperature is used when you're using a very dark roasted coffee, or standard temperature for a medium roast. Save the change by pressing the prog button. Next we have text editor. Whatever is written or displayed on this bottom line is what will be displayed when we press that product button. Currently it says latte, which lines up with the latte button, so we're good to go. Next we have text on or off. This indicates whether or not latte will be displayed when I press the latte button. To turn that off, press the prog button, scroll through to off or back to on. Save the change with the prog button. Next, we scroll back through to the beginning of the programming tree with fill level. We've now completed the circuit through this programming tree. To exit this menu, we press the exit button 2 times to get back to the root menu. Next, we have the clock menu. With this menu, we can change the time and date on the machine. In order to do so, we press the prog button to enter the menu. We then have the first option of date and time. To change the date and time, press the prog button. We can then scroll through using the plus and minus buttons till we get to the desired date or day of the week. Press the prog button to scroll through to the day, the month, the year, as well as the hour and the minutes. To exit from this menu, press the exit button. Let's look at the settings menu. To enter, press the prog button. The first submenu is language. This indicates which language is displayed when the machine is turned on. Currently, we're at English. To change this, press the prog button and then scroll through until you reach the desired language. We have French, Portuguese, Japanese, German, Italian, Dutch, Spanish, back to English. To select English, press the prog button to enter. The second submenu in the settings programming tree is level of water hardness. With this menu, we're telling the machine the water hardness level of the water in the reservoir. The current hardness is 3 grains per gallon. To change this, I can lower it or increase it to the desired level. Options are 1 through 4. Once I get to the desired level, enter that level by pressing the prog button. The third submenu in the settings programming tree is Reset Filter. Once I've recharged my water softener or replaced my water filter, I'll tell the machine I've done so by entering using the prog button, confirming using the negative button. The machine then indicates filter reset. Let's look at the counters menu. To enter the menu, press the prog button. The first sub-menu in the counters programming tree is machine. To enter this menu, press the prog button. What we have displayed is calcification percentage for thermal block 1 and thermal block 2. The machine uses 2 thermal blocks, one to heat water for brewing espresso, the second to create steam pressure both for 1-step and 2-step milk preparation. Based on the water hardness level that you entered in the settings menu, the machine will track what percentage of the thermal blocks are calcified. Once the thermal blocks have calcified to a certain percentage, the machine will then prompt you to decalcify the machine. The second submenu in the counters programming tree is product total. This indicates how many total products the machine has produced. This machine has currently produced 16 coffee products, 10 milk products, and 1 hot water product. To exit this menu, press the exit button. The next submenu in the counters tree is product single. This allows us to look at each individual product to determine how many individual drinks have been made. To enter, press the prog button. The machine then prompts us to select which product button we want to look at. Let's select cappuccino. This indicates the machine has made 3 cappuccinos. To exit, press the exit button. To re-enter to look at another product, press the prog button. Select another product, we'll choose hot milk. This tells us that this machine has made 6 hot milk products. The next menu we'll look at is Counter Reset Single Product. With this menu, we can clear all the product counters on the machine. To enter, press the prog button. To confirm, press the negative button. The machine indicates counters deleted. To exit the programming mode, press the exit button and close the control panel. This concludes the section on programming the Flair espresso machine. If you have any further questions, please reference the manual that came with your machine or visit us on the web at www.us.franke-cs.com or call 1-800-310-5710 option 1. Thanks and have a great day.